Hi friends, welcome to ICT Public School online class series. In last class, we have discussed the Mesopotamian civilization. Now we have to discuss another topic, that is the Egyptian civilization. We are discussing the chapter named the River Valley Civilization. The Egyptian civilization flourished in the valley of River Nile. The annual flooding of the river made the adjoining areas very fertile and the farmers began settling there, and slowly this area transformed into the civilization. We know more about the Egyptian civilization than the Mesopotamian civilization because of three reasons. Which are the reasons? First one is written records. Written records are available in large numbers and it provides us enough information about the Egyptian civilization. Second one, their buildings. These buildings were made of stones that remained understored for a long time. Third one, the civilization continued to flourish for a long period of time. Now, we need to discuss the town planning of the Egyptian civilization. There were two kinds of cities in Egypt. Enat, it was a city that grew up naturally and unplanned. For example, Memphis and Thebes. A Jimmy was another city that was laid out along a plan. Jimmy, when translated, it means a settlement. The houses in a nut were built at the edge of the streets, with each house sharing three walls with the neighboring houses. All houses did not have wells. Water had to be fetched daily from a distance. The houses in a dhimi were built in both sides of the street. There were 10 houses on either side. Each house had 3 rooms, a courtyard and kitchen area. Some houses were built with stones, but the majority were built with mud bricks. Another main topic is kingdoms and the rulers of Egyptians. The kingdoms of ancient Egypt can be divided into three parts: the Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, and the New Kingdom. Let's see that. The Old Kingdom, approximately 3000 BCE to 2000 BCE. This period is also called the Age of Pyramids. The tomb of Pharaoh King Joseph was first pyramid built by the Egyptians. The second one is the Middle Kingdom. It was approximately 2000 BCE to 1700 BCE. The pharaohs of this period were less powerful. The Hyksos tribe invaded Egypt and this led to the decline of the Middle Kingdom. The New Kingdom, approximately 1600 BCE to 1100 BCE, the Egyptian power reached its peak during this period. Now we have to analyze the society of the Egyptians. The society was divided into many classes. The king or queen was the top of the society. He or she was called the pharaoh. He or she was the religious and the political head. The king or queen, believed to be a living god, his or her statue was built and placed in the temples. The second category had the priests and nobles, followed by artisans and the craftsmen. The third category consists of the farmers and the cultivators. They lived in the villages. At the lower level, we can see the slaves. Most of the slaves were the prisoners of war. Next topic to be discussed here, that is the lifestyle of the people. The two upper classes were the rich people. They led lavish lives. They lived in big houses. Men and women both wore jewelry made of gold and precious stones. Poor people worked as a servants of rich people. Singing and dancing were the popular forms of the entertainment. A musical instrument named harp was very popular among them. What about the position of women in Egyptian civilization? Let's see what about the position of women. The position of women was inferior to the men. Usually, they were not given any power. However, during the New Kingdom, the queen began to get a prominent place in the society. Another topic comes under the Egyptian civilization is the religious beliefs of Egyptians. Religion was the center of the Egyptians' life. The Egyptians believed in many gods and the goddesses. Sun was the main god called Amun-Re or Ra. Osiris was the god of the blessed dead. Isis was his wife and Horus was his son. Each god had a separate temple and priests. Now we have to talk about the mummies. The Egyptians believed in life after death. They preserved dead bodies by embalming them with spices and wrapping them in fine linen. These preserved dead bodies are called mummies. These mummies were put in wooden boxes enclosed in stone coffins and then buried in tombs. Preserved, and even we can see that today. They are in a fine condition. The dead bodies were so well preserved that even today they are in a fine condition, and the famous pyramids of Egypt are in fact the tombs of the pharaohs in which their mummies were kept. Now we have to discuss another small topic, that is the occupation. First one is the agriculture. Agriculture was the main occupations of the Egyptians. Barley, wheat, millets, beans, cucumber, onion and grapes were the main crops. Flax was ground for making linen. Papyrus was harvested for making paper and ropes. Another one is craftsmanship. This was the second popular occupation of Egyptians, and Egyptians made very beautiful articles of wood, ivory and precious stones. Egyptians had also achieved great skills in pottery too. Next one is trade and commerce of the Egyptians. The Egyptians were the masters of trade in the ancient world. The main items of export were linen, jewelry and the glassware. Gold, ivory, timber and incense oil were the items they were imported to their regions. Goods were exchanged through the barter system. Now we have to analyze the major achievement of the Egyptians. First one is art and architecture. Egyptian art and architecture was very rich. Egyptians built great pyramids and temples. The largest of the pyramids in Egypt is the Great Pyramid of Giza. It was built for Pharaoh Chepos. Another name of Pharaoh is Khufu. This is one of the world's greatest architectural wonders. Another gem of the Egyptian architecture is Sphinx. The Sphinx is a mythological creature with the body of a lion and the head of a man. It was carved out of a single rock. It is believed that it resembles the face of Pharaoh Khafre. Egyptians built several temples. The temples at Karnak was lavishly decorated. The rocket temples of Abu Simbel is a classic piece of Egyptian architecture. It was constructed in such a way that at time of sunrise, the sunrays would easily reach the interiors of the temple. Another one is painting. Paintings and pictures of human beings, animals and birds were used to decorate the walls of temples, and we get know about the life, dress and other details of the Egyptian people through the pictures. Next achievement is the script. The Egyptian form of writing is known as hieroglyphics, which means that the sacred writing. This is a kind of writing that uses pictures for words. The Egyptians used bark strips of a plant called to make sheets. To write on it, they used a pen made of pointed reed and ink. The ink was made by mixing gum and soot with water. Now we have to discuss the knowledge and science of Egyptians. First one, mathematics. The Egyptians had made profound progress in mathematics. They knew fractions and the decimal system, and the four basic operations of mathematics like addition, subtraction, multiplication and the division. They also knew how to calculate the area and volume of a circle, rectangular and a cylinder. They used this knowledge to survey and measure the land and construct the pyramids. Next one is astronomy. The devising of a solar calendar was the greatest achievement of the Egyptians. They discovered at the period of the gap between two floods in the river Nile was 365 days. They divided the year into 12 months consisting of 30 days. The remaining 5 days was set apart for religious festivals and the celebrations. Next field of knowledge is medicine. Egyptians, they were well aware about the human body, its structure, blood circulation, and many other things. The Egyptian mummies are still well preserved, despite being the thousands of years old. This reflects their knowledge in their field of medicine. Herbs played a major part in. Now we have to discuss the decline of the Egyptian civilization. Let's see which were the reasons behind that. This glorious and mighty civilization came to an end around 30 BC. Foreign attacks by the Persians and the Romans and the internal rebellions and the decline of military strength are cited as the main reasons for the decline of the Egyptian civilization. We are discussing the decline of the civilization, the reasons behind that, the foreign attacks by the Persians and the Romans, and the internal rebellions and the decline military strength are cited as the main reasons for the decline of the Egyptian civilization. Friends, I hope all are understood this class. Thank you for your watching.